Hey, it's Ike.
What you want, y'all?
The caption says evicted tenant clogged the drains with cement. Wow.
I don't give a fuck. All right. Well, maybe that would have happened if you ain't thrown me out.
Hey, it's Ike.
What you want, y'all? What you want?
So somebody had deliberately poured cement concrete in the toilet.
Hold on. Look at this. You all probably can't see it. I don't know if it'll let me bring it down. It won't. I've been having technical difficulties. But ultimately, I'll just make it bigger like this. You can't see the bottom part. But yeah, that looks pretty bad. You can see the cement. Wow. I don't even know what you do with that. You see what easy ways somebody can just completely. It don't even take much. Somebody don't got to demolish your home to create a tens of thousands of dollar type of problem. Who knows? This could be even more than that. Who knows how deep they have to dig to ultimately be able to solve this problem?
Really poured cement concrete in the toilet.
Okay. What that got to do with me? Poured concrete? Then toilets?
Yeah, all the pipes are completely clogged.
Well, that wasn't me.
Well, it happened right after you were evicted and you were the last person in the apartment.
That doesn't mean that I did it. Like, come on.
So I've got the plumber's report and he confirmed that this was a deliberate act.
Really?
Yes.
You got any proof? Do you have any proof?
Well, I don't have any proof right now, but I'm not dragging you to court, but that day is not too far away. You will have to pay for every penny of this repair. You know that, right?
I'm not paying shit, man. I'm not doing none of that.
I don't think you quite understand.
So you evicted somebody. They wasn't even paying their rent. And they obviously maliciously clogged that toilet with cement. And you think he gonna pay for that? He was clearly upset about the fact that you held him accountable for him not paying you your rent and you evicted him. And that's why he did this maliciously. And you think he's gonna pay for what he maliciously did? Nah. This should be a pretty easy case to prove though. But I mean, we see people destroy homes all the time that they get evicted from. And sometimes they'll even try to just associate it to just wear and tear, where it's very obvious somebody did the most. It's just hard to litigate these type of things, especially with broke people to begin with. It's nothing for you to try to come for monetarily.
You know that, right?
I'm not paying shit, man. I'm not doing none of that.
I don't think you quite understand how big this is. The damage was significant. Cement clogged all the toilet pipes, all the sewer system. We're going to have to replace all the whole pipe underneath the house. This is a big deal and it's going to cost a lot of money.
I don't give a fuck. All right? Well, maybe that would have happened if you ain't thrown me out.
Look, I'm sending you the invoice after the repairs and I expect payment within a month.
Expect all you want, all right? I'm broke. I have no money.
Look, I'm not trying to make this any harder than it already is. Do you understand?
Well, whatever, man. That's your problem, man. I'm out. I don't give a fuck.
He don't even understand. He said, I'm gonna send the invoice and I'm gonna expect payment within a month. Good luck, brother. Good luck. You was sending the rent invoice and you was expecting payments every month. And that didn't come through. So, man, you know this is gonna cost in the tens of thousands. I wouldn't be surprised if this dude got to pay 50 grand to solve this problem. You think he gonna just fork off 50 grand? And this is why people who are doing these deliberate, malicious acts, they don't even understand the type of implications and the type of things they're doing to inconvenience somebody. It's just like when a woman keys a man's car. She don't even understand. Like that's a couple grand right there. And sometimes they do. But I'm just saying, because people are doing things from an emotional place, They're not even, they don't even think about the consequences and the implications down the road that the decisions that they make will have on their own life in other contexts. So they definitely don't care about the consequences that is in implications that you're going to deal with based off of their actions that they put onto you. Is really crazy. And it needs to be a better way to hold people accountable. When things can be proven to be this malicious, it needs to go to criminal. It needs to go to criminal. And also, we need to have better ways. Like, I when you wrong me like that, you should really have to listen, man. It used to be back in the day, if you wrong somebody, if you steal from somebody, if you do something bad, you may have to be their servant for until you work that off. Or you would have to give up a family member. I don't recommend that. But you in general, when you do something this malicious, this egregious, nah, you should have to come work for me until this is paid off. Because I know you're not gonna work and save up the money to pay it off yourself. Y'all, before we get into the next clip, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know, and it's really just a click. So if you're here anyway, you might as well click that like button. And then also, if you can hype the video as well.
Bro, I know I look a fucking mess right now, but like I'm so like
The caption says, came home to an eviction notice. So you look a mess right now, is what she's saying. So what that indicates is that you decided to come online impulsively and reactively due to your emotions in the moment, which is what I would never recommend. So I don't know why you did that. People be panicking, and because they decided they're gonna go through life single with no man, they don't have a man to vent to. So the first thing they have to, and they might have even burnt every bridge in their own family. So the first thing they have to do is they have to run the social media to basically vent as soon as something happens, because they can't either handle the situation or they have nobody to go and talk to the situation about. And this is unhealthy to me.
I'm so motherfucking blown right now. Like I get home today from work. I get home today and I got a 3-day notice on my front door. Like a notice to vacate. Like what? No, an eviction notice, whatever that shit called. Which I ain't never had that shit before. So I called the rent office. They didn't my answer. So I told my kids, I said, y'all hurry up and put y'all baseball stuff on. I'll be back. So I go to the rent office and I'm like, I walk in the door and they're like, somebody be right with you. I said, I got somewhere to go. I said, how y'all put a 3-day notice on my door and y'all told me I had a credit on my account for me not to pay my rent? Like, I pay my rent. I didn't pay my rent for 2 years and that regular ass shit. Why the fuck would I just stop now? Why would I stop paying my fucking rent right now? The same bitch I just talked to, she's the same one that said you don't have to pay no rent, you have a credit, you don't have nothing to worry about. She acting like she ain't never had no conversation with me. She don't know who the fuck I am. She don't remember talking to me. At the fence, I do talk to a lot of people. Bitch, you ain't talking to a lot of people about this. Ain't no way. And then on Thursday,
Ma'am, do you have a job? Do you have a job? Look at how she's talking online. People just come online and just destroy it. This is why you shouldn't have came online emotional. You you might not care about your reputation or maybe how you're perceived and how you look, but this ain't a good look. Just coming on here lashing out, cussing like this. This be blah blah blah. For most people, this alone is enough to get you fired from your job. People don't even know that. They don't read their social media policies, none of that type of stuff. But this just looks crazy. And it's gaining a little bit of traction. Why would you want to be gaining traction and visibility just to look ignorant?
people about this. Ain't no way. And then on Thursday, on spring break on Thursday, you just brought a bitch to my house to show her my apartment so somebody else can move in there. So if you run there, y'all got my apartment listed as vacant. Of course, you don't think that's a fucking error? You don't think that's a motherfucking error? You showing my fucking apartment to somebody, and I still live there. And y'all putting this shit on my motherfucking door. Like I'm some bum ass bitch or something. Trying to fuck out of me, dog.
I don't think when they put it on your door, you have anything to worry about, at least immediately, ma'am. You still have to go to court, and the judge would have to put something through as far as a writ of eviction, which is a pretty elongated process. This isn't as urgent as you think. This is why you shouldn't have ran straight to social media, and you should have just called them or whatever. I think she might have said she tried to, or you could have used Google or AI in your local jurisdiction, state, locality, whatever. And then you could have seen what does the process look like for an eviction. And then it would have said, first step is what they did. And you'd be like, oh, this is the first step. How long can this take? It can take XYZ amount of time. Oh, okay. And you get to get in front of a judge and explain your case and show your proof. Oh, okay. And then you wouldn't have to panic and you wouldn't have to come online crashing out looking crazy.
A bum ass bitch or something. Trying to fuck out of me, dog. Trying to fuck out of me. And she shit her fat ass in there looking like a bitch that killed Selena, laughing and shit. I should have jumped across that table I should have jumped across that table on that hoe. I don't even act like this. I don't even get like this. But that hoe trying to make it seem like a bitch trying to get over. A bitch is not trying to get over. I don't even do shit like that.
Ma'am, she don't know you. I'm tired of people not being able to see past their own selves. Okay, she hears this story more times than you have to tell it. So stop making it seem like people are supposed to just trust you. No, we don't know you. So it's not about an assumption of whether you're trying to get over or not. After a certain amount of times that something happens, what happens is we put in a system and we put in a protocol in a way that we handle these situations. And it's typically going to be blanketed in general, the way that we handle these situations. And by blanketed in general, that means that we don't discriminate. If we don't get XYZ by this date, this is what we do. We start the process because, like I said, it is a long process. So you want to strike while the iron's hot, just so that you can get things going. And what it also does is it sends a message and serves as a great deterrent so that if you are able to resolve it and resonate the situation, then you'll never try it again because you'll always have that frame of reference of how they was about to really put it on you. Talking about you should have jumped across the table. The same way that she don't know your intentions, that's why you don't know her intentions. The whole time she just doing what she's supposed to do. And you ready to jump across the table on her. These is how misunderstandings and people just not being able to see past their own self ends tragically. In a lot of cases, what we see. Ma'am, you're just impulsive. And it seems like you don't really have much self-control when you're under stressful circumstances, which are not good traits if you have kids. So let's go ahead and say that as well. These are not good traits to have not mastered yet within yourself, but decide you want to be a parent. Not being able to have self-control under stressful circumstances. And sadly, we see a lot of parents out here who have zero self-control, zero impulse control, really under the most trivial circumstances, but definitely under stressful circumstances. And people need to work on this because it's crazy and it's traumatizing people. Just like she's wishing she jumped across the table on that lady, could have traumatized that lady, as well as you go to jail. Now your kids got to see police put you in handcuffs. You traumatize your kids. Shoot, you probably be impulsive and traumatize your kids anyway because you probably go off at the drop of a dime like you're looking to do right now. and we need to start addressing it.
I don't even get like this, but that hoe trying to make it seem like a bitch trying to get over. A bitch is not trying to get over. I don't even do shit like that. Bitch, I paid my motherfucking rent. I went to pay my rent and the shit said 0. I kept calling. I called from my job phone. I know that shit recorded. Kept calling. Like, something wrong with my rent. Like, my rent keeps saying 0. Oh, you got a credit. How the fuck I got a credit? Well, I been overpaying? You telling me I ain't got nothing to worry about? Well, if I was you, I wouldn't worry about it. A bitch ain't worried about it. Then a bitch come home to a 3-day notice. I'm so motherfucking mad right now. Like, that shit's so fucking embarrassing for one. Like, my kids looking like, mommy, what's this?
Don't tell
This shit
them.
ain't never happened to me before. I'm so, bro, I know I look a fucking mess right now, but like, I'm so like,
And when your kids ask you, what is this? You better say, oh, it's nothing. Mommy got it. Don't worry about that. Go play. That's what you better say. Because another thing that I'll typically see is people trying to, you see, she just needs to vent so bad. She needs to vent so bad. She got to get it out. This is why you need a man. Y'all have no idea the type of things that I have endured, have dealt with on my own, didn't burden anybody with it, kept moving forward, tried to adapt, just took it for what it was, and was able to ultimately navigate and move through the pressure, move through the circumstance, and nobody ever knows it. It never saw the light of day. I've even taken those type of things off of other people. While I was in stressful situations, people needed to vent to me or whatever the case. And this is what men are designed for. This is what men are built for. You see, she needs to vent so bad and get it out so bad. She can't just have it within her and still actually take the practical steps to move forward. Because in life, there's always a next best move, no matter what you find yourself in. It's like chess. There's always going to be a next best move. No matter what's going on, there is a next best move. She obviously can't move like that. And what I find that a lot of people try to do is then they start burdening their kids with it, knowing that your kids can't do nothing to solve this situation, ma'am. Not saying that she did that, but I wouldn't be surprised if she did. It happens all the time. And that needs to stop as well. But again, sounds like this isn't as urgent as you think it is. And that's why you need to get out of your emotions. You need to use logic, and you just need to understand the facts of the matter so that you can actually look at what your options are and then strategize effectively from there.
What's good, TikTok family? Today I'm coming at y'all with a video that's different from the video I usually post, right? This is going to be outside. This is more personal.
His caption says, I'm facing eviction, working through hard times. Looks like a young guy, but I think this is a grown man. Don't look like it, but I think he is.
What's good, TikTok family? Today I'm coming at y'all with a video that's different from the video I usually post, right? This is going to be outside. This is more personal and more real. This is my reality. I am currently faced with an eviction, right? So I'm calling on the social media's help. This is my last resort. This is something I don't feel comfortable with doing as a grown man. It's nothing about pride or anything, bro. I actually had to drop my pride. This is bigger than that, right? I'm trying to get as much help as I can. I've been door dashing, working 40 hours a week, getting off work just to go door dash, right? Working my ass off, bro. Just sometimes your best just ain't enough. The reason why I'm making this video today is to just call on y'all. I witnessed firsthand how social media can change someone's life, right? I'm not saying that'll happen to me, but keep in good faith, man. Hopefully God bless me, right? But I also want to give y'all context as to why I'm in this position in the first place. Okay, so let's take this from the top, right? Okay, for those of you who don't know, I lost my mother in 2024, around 2 years ago. My mother was a caregiver for my cousin. After she passed, me and my older brother took custody of our younger siblings. We had 3 younger siblings that we took care of, right? We also became our cousin's new caregiver, you know, both of us. We was able to find a spot, you know, we got a 2-bedroom, doing the best that we could, right? So months going by, I'm working my ass off. You know, I'm getting paid weekly due to Amazon and working as a caregiver for my cousin. Maybe a year go by, a year and some change. Our lease is up, you know. I made the decision to move me and my family out. For those of you who don't know, I am a father, right? Me and my girlfriend staying in the 2-bedroom with my brother and my 3 younger siblings, doing the best we could, right? No complaints, head up high through it all. I was able to move out. Our lease was ending. I told my brother I wasn't able to do it. I'm in a better position now. I'm able to move my family to where we both have space, right? Told him I was able to take one of my siblings, he keep the other 2. Okay, we came to that agreement. Long story short, my brother.
Look at how crazy this is, man. This didn't I just say you got? He said one was able to take one of my siblings. He took the other 2. Man, I'm sorry for your loss. But what this really reveals, see, this is what I mean about being a man, being able to still gather all the facts. It sounds like his mom, God rest her soul, she had a lot of kids. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like she had a lot of kids, even in younger kids. So he's grown pretty much, and it sounds like she didn't stop having kids. Now she's passed away. Sounds like there's no men in the picture. She passed away. The obvious thing is, where's the father? But seeing some of the options that we see that a lot of ladies choose, I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone too or in jail. So she passes away. People having kids, they're not even in a financial situation, and then they keep having kids. Did you know if you're the only parent, and you got other small kids, that if you pass, then what happens? Are parents thinking about that? And so that's why what will be important in that situation? Life insurance. Life insurance. You know that you're taking care of everything. Of, let's just call a spade, this mess you've created. And you don't have life insurance. So now you pass on. And now you got your kids trying to raise your kids. And then to add it worse and make it worse, he's about to have some kids. He's having kids when he's already caretaker for other kids. The cycle of self-inflicted wounds. And I mean, I would argue we know where it started. For just based off his story, it could have even started further back than that, because this stuff just gets passed down. But ultimately, people having kids that they're not financially ready to take care of for whatever reason. What if his mom or whatever was getting government assistance that whole time? That's absolutely a possibility. And that could also go into the incentive of why they might have been having kids. But regardless, this is tough. And so this is a case where I understand why he needs to come on here and ask for help, because that's a hard thing to take, to have to raise your siblings now and that be pushed on you. But what we also see is people in bad situations that make it worse. And honestly, by him having kids too, listen, if he didn't have to take care of his siblings and he did get a fair shot in life and he was just able to come out and just focus on his stuff, I would still say you should not have no kids no time soon. But with everything else, you already have been given somewhat of a bad hand, and then you're sabotaging yourself a little bit more. And this is what we see a lot of times out here. Things are tough, times are tough. But then people make it tougher on their own self to the point to where they can't handle it now. You was barely handling it before, and you decide to add something else into the equation that just doesn't make any sense.
My family, so we both have space, right? Told him I was able to take one of my siblings, he keep the other two. Okay, we came to that agreement. Long story short, my brother ended up going behind my back and telling them
His brother take one of the siblings, he'll take the other two. So right now we're looking already at least, because we don't know if there's any other grown children or whatever. She had at least 5 kids. She was a single woman with 5 kids.
to cut my hours, and I lost that job. Ever since then, it's just been Amazon and DoorDash. I've been Instacart shopping every now and then, but that's very time consuming. I am a father. Me working so hard, it takes away time from my kids, me spending time with them. And y'all know y'all can't get time back. But anyways, now I'm in the position that I'm in today, and that's why I'm calling on y'all for help, right? This is the last thing I want to do again. This is the last resort, but this is my reality. I am one man. This is a heavy burden. I was able to talk to my landlord. They gave me an extension to Friday. Time is ticking, right? Tried every resource I could, but like I said, your best just ain't enough sometimes. So I'm calling on y'all help. For those of you who can help, my cash app will be on the screen, also in the comments, as long as my GoFundMe link. For those of you who can't help financially, anything as small as a repost, sharing this with your family, your friends, or even words of encouragement, it might go a long way. But thank you for tuning in and listening, and yeah, stay blessed. And yeah, it's actually crazy. As I'm making this video, it's just raining outside, bro. Like, can't make this up. But yeah.
So this was filmed in July. This was filmed on July 23rd. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that there is an update. So let's go to the update. Let's see what happened. If he was able to, he needed to make July's payment. Let me see.
Yeah, what's good, TikTok? Just a quick update on my situation, right?
Hold on. Dang. Wait a second. And I wish this brother the best, man. It's a hard burden that he's been given. He definitely is not given a fair shot. But it's like he's got to pay for sins of the parent. And that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, what's good, TikTok? Just a quick update on my situation, right? This is the day after I was supposed to be kicked out, right? The eviction is still in place, still in motion.
Okay, I'm going to be real. We're running short on time. So I didn't know this was about to be a little bit longer. Y'all just going to have to let me know in the comments if you want to see the follow-up to this. If not, we're just going to continue business as usual. But because we got this, and he actually has a part 3 on his page too. So yeah, let me know if you want to see the update to the situation. If not, like I said, we'll continue business as usual. But if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels, so that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days. and hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice if you want to hype to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And then also if you want to become a member of the channel as well, the join button's on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you will get badges next to your comments where it will show people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, the join button's on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.